Man, oh man. Let me tell you guys. I messed up big time. Let me tell you the story, right? I got booked, whatever, hired to do a ceiling texture job, right? And let me tell you guys, I've never done a ceiling texture job before. I've always done patches. I've done a wall, but I've never done like a ceiling. And this is the kitchen ceiling, right? So the client was like, "Hey, I want a knockdown texture." Right now, it's just a regular texture. It's not popcorn, it's just like regular texture. I was like, "Okay, cool." I have a spray gun. I'll show you. I'll probably put the video, or I'll put a picture of the gun in there. It's a little small texture gun with a little hopper on it. So yeah, I could do it. I get there. It's in the kitchen, right? I bought the stuff to mask off the stuff. And my first mistake was I didn't remove everything at the kitchen, meaning like the table. I make this mistake a lot, where I'm trying to do it quick and easy. And maybe because I was there longer than I should have been, but I was like, dang, I should have just moved the table out the way. I could have less mess, less overspray. But yeah, I should have done that. And I didn't. I didn't do it till like at the end. So I tape off the walls so the overspray can't get into like the forks, the sink, just stuff like that, right? But one thing about like semi-gloss paint on the wall, paint doesn't really have a good stick on it, or you really can't put tape on a semi-gloss paint. It doesn't have a good stick adhesive, right? What I should have done, and this is where I messed up number two, was I should have made one layer of tape and then put the second layer of tape with the plastic sheathing or masking on it. That's what I should have done. And don't and use like a lighter plastic sheathing, which I did, but I ran out. That was like another third mistake. I was using that 3M hand masking roller thing. It was my first time using it, and I could not get that shit right. I was like, "Yo, what is going on?" I'm getting frustrated and everything. I was like, "It should be so easy. I saw it on YouTube. Why is it not working?" But I finally got it right, and it does. It works pretty good. It saves time. Just and it comes down about like the 9 feet one or 8 feet one. Um, So then I'm mixing the mud, the joint compound or the texture into the thing, and I'm doing it outside. And the client has like puppies and dogs, and I don't know. It's something about because you guys know I don't like plumbing. There's something about plumbing, and I don't like painting either. It's something with just liquids that I can't help but to make a mess. I either knock something over or I'm careless. And that's what I did in the front yard. I knocked over my texture gun, my hopper that had the stuff in it, and it splattered on the fence on the rug they had outside. I'm just my luck. Like there just happened to be a rug hanging on the fence, and I knock it over and splats over the rug. I'm like, oh my gosh, why, right? So it's already starting bad. So then I tell the clients, like, do you want me to get the to protect the floor with like, drop down paper? He said, no, I got like a drop down cloth. I was all right, cool. Mind you guys, I didn't move the table out the way. So the drop cloth is like a nice 10 footer, 12 footer, 12 by like maybe 6, but the table's in the way. And so like I'm trying to maneuver and it just ends bad. I finally finish it. Oh, and this is the one thing that kind of made me upset too. But I'm not blaming it. I'm not making excuses. The person told me that they wanted to just do the imperfections, and I said okay. But then they changed up and said, "Oh yeah, well no, do the whole ceiling." I said, "Okay." I have to run back to Home Depot get some more texture because you told me verbally that you wanted me just to do the imperfections. And what I meant when he said that, I thought he meant because just recently he had lights, recessed lights installed, and he took the other lights out. So there's like you can see where there's patch up jobs. So I thought he's talking about those imperfections. So I did those, but now he wants me to do the whole ceiling. I'm like, okay, cool. Yeah, it's no problem. Cool. I was just going by what you told me. Came back, and it's like I hate running to. I hate that I had to keep running to Home Depot to like get stuff or to any hardware store. Like I want to get there, get it done, and maybe that's something I have to work on. Like just being prepared. Maybe have like a sheet or something that says everything I need to get when I'm doing this certain type of job. So I have to keep going back and forth. So yeah, I just kept on making a mess. The tape kept on the plastic sheeting masking just kept on falling, and I kept on getting overspray, and I was just getting frustrated. And so they were trying to come help me. I was like, no, guys, I just need you guys out of my space, okay? Like the way I'm in my mood right now, I'm not in the mood to have help because you guys are just gonna irritate me more. So there was two of them there. So I was like, just please let me just handle this, okay? I did that one because this is a job I'm supposed to do, and I don't want to have to ask a client to help me. And two is because I have to learn this. I have to make this mistake in order to get better. I'm not gonna for me. I'm not gonna learn if I always have, not always, but if I receive help when I'm in a learning experience. You know, I have to make this mistake so I can learn from it, so I can do better. If I'm in the middle of making a mistake and I get help, I don't think I'll learn fully. You know, because the learning experience was interrupted by some help. Let me fall down. Let me get back up. So just fast forward. I end up completing the job. I'm wiping up everything, and to where I think that's what I'm getting everything right. But come to find out, well, I'll tell that later. So yeah, I'm cleaning everything up. I'm like, okay, cool. I think I wiped everything down. I wiped up the floor. I got the mop, wiped up the floor. I took the overspray off the refrigerator and stuff like that. Cool. I think I'm done. I think I cleaned up everything. I didn't even feel comfortable. Honestly, I didn't feel comfortable even charging the client, not even for the material. You know, so I was like, you know what? I'm not even, because that's just me. Like, I'm not even satisfied with the job. I don't even feel like charging you. Because one thing I heard from somebody was like, if you can sleep at night, then yeah. Can you sleep at night doing this job? Will you be able to sleep correctly? And honestly, I was like, I did not. I slept fine because I was exhausted. I was there for longer than expected. But at the end of the day, I didn't feel comfortable charging the client. So he's no, charge me. You did. It's okay, man. I'm like, all right. So I sent him the invoice just this morning, right? He calls me. He's like, hey, so let's talk business. Let's talk about this. You left this. You left this. My wife. And I'm like, oh, man. Gonna find out like the masking I had bundled up and I left it outside, and I thought I had I could have sworn I thought I put it in the garbage, but apparently I just left it outside the backyard. I'm like, oh man. I was like, dang, I'm sorry. I thought I got that. And I knew what it was. I was exhausted. Again, I spent so much time on this. Like for people that don't know, like texturing, drywall, painting, the prep is like the longest part, you know. But you have to prep correctly so you could have less mess. That should be a saying. Prep so there's less mess. And he's like, yeah, then the mud that you left outside, my puppies got all over it, so there's paw prints all over the sidewalk. I'm like, oh man. So he's listing all these things, and the wife gets on. She's like, yeah, then there's overspray all over everything. There's specks everywhere. I'm like, really? I was like, and the area she said where it's at, I was like, I messed that off. So how's there overspray? But I'm not even. I'm just thinking in my head. I'm not even like challenging her. I'm like, oh man. I'm like, yo, I'm sorry. It's like, look, I'll cancel the invoice right now. I'm not gonna charge you for that. I don't even feel comfortable. Like it's just. I'm sorry. It's like I wasn't even. That's why I told you I didn't want to charge you at all because I wasn't even proud of that job. But they understood. They say it's okay. It still looks good. The result looks good, but just like the aftermath, it they weren't happy with. I was like, I get it. I'm sorry. Yeah, thank you guys for giving me the construction criticism. Again, I apologize for the mess I made, and just leave it at that. Like, I have to take that. I'm not gonna say it's an L. I have to just take that lesson. Turn your losses into lessons and do better next time. So, it was a. I'm not. Should I say a great experience? It was. I would just say it was experience. It was a good learning um, situation, and it kind of goes with another job I just did. I just completed with painting out the whole interior of a house. Again, prepping. It was my first time painting the whole house. I've done like sections and again patchwork, but painting the whole house, it was like, whoa, that was a different monster right there. Prepping is like key. And from that job, I made a list. I said, okay, if I'm doing a 2-bedroom, 1-bath house, this is what I need for these. I need this much tape, like 4 bundles of tape, maybe 5. I need 3 rolls of the drop paper or construction paper. I need maybe 3 rolls of the plastic sheathing. I need this many paint rollers, these sizes, these paint brushes, angle brushes. I need some cloths. I need some contractors paper towels. I made a list of like, so next time when I go to Home Depot or when a client's asking for a quote, I say, okay, this is a quote for the material alone, and this is my labor right here. And when I go to Home Depot, I have the list. I just check it off. But yeah, so I guess the more of this story is just like, you're gonna have to make mistakes. The key is you have to learn from mistakes. This is how you grow. And so next time, if I ever do like a ceiling texture, I know how to properly prep, and to my best ability. I know to. Oh, that's what I forgot. I finally moved the table out. I was like, let me just take this table out. But then, like the overspray had already got on the table. But I was like, let me move it out before. And on the chairs, I had 4 chairs. I was like, let me move this out because I don't want any more to get on this. That's the first thing I should have done. I'm thinking, being optimistic and naive, like, oh, if I just cover the table, I'm not gonna get nothing on it. But then my hopper dropped in the house, in the kitchen, and splatted on the bottom of the table and the chair. I was just like, yeah. Next time, I got it. If I'm doing like a painting job or texturing, I'm either going to ask, okay, what's in that room? I need that stuff moved, or you can pay me more to move it. Which I probably go for the first option. Like, I need you guys to move that stuff when I get in that, because I don't want to have the risk of moving stuff or be liable if I move stuff and they say, oh, well, you broke it. I'm like, no, it was already broke. So I'm gonna tell them that, no, you guys need to move this, or the room has to be empty, or whatever area has to be empty, so I can just mask and protect the floor instead of trying to protect the item. But yeah, man, it was a experience. Not proud of it, but I'm excited to learn for my next one to do, and use what I learned from this last one. So that's the video I want to make. Like, it wasn't a proud moment at all. Not a good way to end in this month, but it's on to the next one. So yeah, tell me in the comments, guys, when you guys had a bad experience. You handyman out there, tell me when you guys had a bad experience, but you turn that bad experience into a learning lesson and you conquer the next one. So like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you guys next time.